And hi everybody, this is Ananias here again. This is, I think I'm up to part 7 now of the Vasteel series, so let's jump right into it here. Um, I think we can probably finish this up with this video if all goes well, so we'll see if all will go well. Just going to take this last city of theirs. And this is primarily just so they can't buy as many mechs. Here at the end of the game, whenever you're trying to take that last city, it can just be really annoying. Got a little careless there. That was my own fault there. Okay. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be anybody else's fault, right? So, okay. That was one that I wanted to do. So now, pretty much, the idea here is you want to get the mechs into position um, for that final push. And so that's going to happen the next round. So you want to just kind of get some of these guys close enough to within striking distance is the idea. I'm gonna, like I said, I think I mentioned in the last video, I'm gonna try and go in with a few scouts first before I actually bring in kind of the heavy hitters. He's got full health, so I'm gonna bring him off. I don't want to put him anywhere adjacent to this factory because whenever they create mechs, they create them obviously adjacent to the factory. But I think they always start with, and I hadn't been paying attention to that, but I think it's that position. But the Bile can certainly reach it from here. That'll be fine. He'll be out of the way over there. I don't know, what is his movement range, this guy's? It's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 under ideal conditions. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if it'll let him reach that or not. He's only missing 3 bullets, but he doesn't have that many to begin with. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and stick him here so I can get there from here. He's got 3, 4. He's also got 5 movement, so I have the same issue with him, but 16 bullets, you know, I ought to be able to do something with him. Boxer, hadn't been able to see. Actually, you know what? I'll end up. I'll try to remember to throw him at it, so at least you guys can see that mech. This next turn. Again, just kind of trying to get everybody close enough here to where we can do some damage. And these scouts, I don't care if they're up next to the factory. That's fine. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me not move this guy. I've got that transport coming. So at least this one, this gives me a second bile. Unload. Okay. And then I'll have a second bile that can reach that final city. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see the combat with this guy. It is definitely a different looking thing. You don't really control him moving like in the battlefield, if I remember correctly. It's literally, he's just gun turrets. And I wonder, actually on the next turn I can probably get him up there, get him in this neighborhood, and then fling him. I might be able to get him up there to participate, so I might have another one. I'm not going to worry about any of these guys. They're out of the game. This rebel, I don't think there's any way you guys will get to see what he looks like. Let's see. Let's go ahead and. Well, he's actually at 26. 37. All these guys are kind of hurt. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. Go and take these 2 guys out because it's not going to matter whether I fight them now or wait until their turn. I wish there was like a, well, I was gonna say I wish there was like a surrender option. I think that would have been helpful, provided they could have done it with the AI, or yeah, with the computer with computer's AI, and it had done it to where it made sense. Like you wouldn't want it to kind of glitch out and surrender halfway through the game or something weird like that. But um, I don't know. I guess they did it fine. Okay, let's try. Let's take this guy out. Or maybe if you got down to where they literally had no mechs, like maybe that would be a good um, way to like a condition for victory. Because obviously, if the other side has no mechs, they really don't have any chance. It's just a matter of drawing it out. So, yeah, I really, the more I think about it, I think that would have been actually a really good solution to that. So, like right here, the game would have been over, and you know, because it essentially is anyways. It's just a matter of time. Okay, he can easily reach it. We'll bring a couple more scouts up here real quick because it's been so long since I've done this, and I don't want to screw it up. Okay, these guys are too far away. I'm not going to worry about these guys at all. I'm not going to bother building any more mechs. So I've moved everybody I'm going to. Okay, let's save it. Now they're going to create somebody, and whoever they create, this grunt, this one person, they're going to try and put them out right on top of one of my mechs, and it immediately goes into combat. So, and then it'll be my turn, and then we're gonna lose some scouts. Whoop. There we go. All right. So, hopefully the end of the level will be right here. Or the end of the board rather. Let's see how this goes here. Okay. So, it doesn't matter I guess which one. Let's just go in here and check it out. And I genuinely do not remember what. Hey, now that I'm thinking, I think this might look like the factories do. Just there's more turrets and the home base thing. Nope, it's totally. Okay. This is actually not that hard. You want to make sure that you come up from the bottom of the home base. There's columns. The turrets are set up in columns. Okay, I'm actually all the way at the bottom of the screen here, as it turns out on this one. So the turrets. This is actually one of the easier. I had forgotten about that. I don't remember. It took so long for me to figure out. And you want to raise and go up very slowly, and because eventually, okay, I think you can hit it. Hang on, not quite. What kind of time? Okay. Whoop. You got to get into a rhythm here. And again, this definitely is cheesing the crap. But that's the idea. You kind of want to just get that screen in just the right spot where he can't really... He can shoot a little bit, because if he can't shoot, you're not going to be able to hit him. But if he can shoot bullets down, then you can hit him, and you want to get it right there in that nice little sweet spot there. But I forgot that the turrets were in columns. It makes it a lot easier. But it took a long time to figure out to come at him from underneath. It makes it easier, excuse me, to do it like that. At least that's what I found, or at least that's what I'm remembering that I found. Okay, one more over. Here we go. Because the turrets, you can line them up, and they're just on the edge of the screen, and they can't shoot you. Of course, you want to raise the screen when it's going up. Okay, that. Wow, seriously? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna be tough. You see, it doesn't fire in exactly the right spot. You really can only get pretty much one hit. Because it goes back off the screen too fast. And of course, I'm sure you probably saw how much life the thing starts with. It's like, I think it starts out at 255. And I think my mech is already flashing. randomly, so I'm kind of losing some health here and there. And I guess it's not really just. I mentioned earlier that I felt like it was for the computer, um, as far as if it got like stuck on something, but it's also to kind of keep you from cheating too much, I guess. But okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the boxer, or try to. He's gonna be a little tough to do this with because he shoots in the center. Um, but I really like the mech just in general. He's just not ideal for this. But I wanted you guys to see him. His up close combat, his punches are really good. He's got really good range, and I think that's one reason. Obviously, I call him a boxer. Kind of gave him that name, but looks like a shark, basically, like a boxing shark. All right, let's see here. I love the mech designs. It's just so cool. I really wish the sequel had come out in the States. If it had come out here, it definitely would have been on my short list of games to purchase. Okay, here we go. Same kind of thing. Okay. Well, I'm not able to hit him there. Crap. Get that off the screen. Up high enough. Might actually kill it with the boxer. Excellent. You just stand here, nothing can hit you. So that's kind of how you do it. Um, and I think it just kind of goes straight into a cutscene here. So I'm going to be quiet so you guys can listen to it. We got plenty of time to finish this one out on the video. And let's see. And there it gives you just kind of a synopsis and on what turn and all that good stuff. So how many cities, factories, mechs you had, and how much money you left finished with. And I think you don't carry the money over or anything. It's just this really is just kind of giving you a synopsis of the battle. So all right, moving right along.
Kadar, our struggle has just begun. What are the options for our next move?
We have two options. We can route through Huma, the 14th planet, or make a path directly to Versailles, the 4th planet. And sir, Huma is very attractive. If we capture Huma, we can reduce our weapons cost by a third. The planet is rich in natural resources. But the environment is very harsh. It could work against us.
Against us?
Yes. Commander, you should know that Huma is an extremely cold planet with over 92% of its surface covered by ice. Under those conditions, the power of the average ATAC can be reduced by up to half. For this reason, we need to modify some of the ATACs for cold if we fight there.
So, have the enemy forces developed the modified weapons division?
It appears so. They have modified their ATACs for the cold. At best, I can say our Arctic ATACs will function in cold, but I don't know how they'll hold up.
Okay, Kadar. Now, how about Versailles?
That move poses only a small risk. Commander, Versailles is all desert. Temperatures there can reach up to 127 degrees. Our desert ATACs have returned from Kingola. They've been specially modified to handle the extreme heat. On Kingola, their performance was excellent. Sir, I know we'll be a good match for the enemy there.
So, our scientists on Kengola have been working hard. We'll surprise the enemy. They don't have any idea how far we've come.
So, Stefan, what's our next move?
Okay, so obviously here there's a risk reward type situation going on, um, and I don't remember. As I mentioned in the very first video, it's a branching story path. Again, a lot of this is going back to my memory, and I'm pretty sure I'm right here. Sometimes it will force you, once you pick one, to you're then going to do the other one, and other times that's not the case. Um, so if you go to Versailles here, pretty sure it's basically he's just basically a battle. It just progresses the story. Huma, if you go, your mechs end up being cheaper in the long run to purchase. So I've more often than not chose Huma. I have gone to Versailles just to like check it out, that type of thing. But personally, Huma makes more sense. It just makes for a harder battle. So let's do that.
Kadar, we must take the risk. Plot a course for Huma.
I'm always down for cheaper mechs. I just felt like it made it, you know,
The conditions here are far worse
better
than
in the
we had
long run.
imagined.
Yes, and this location is somewhere near the planet's equator. It is assuredly worse in the polar regions.
This sucks. Kadar, will our equipment hold up in these adverse conditions?
The power of the average ATAC has been reduced by half. So, we should concentrate on using only those weapons designed for this abuse.
I pray that our soldiers fight well. Kadar, I want them refreshed by morning. Double their sea rations tonight.
I love that. I forgot he says this sucks. Okay, so here it gives you the option to save it. I wish it did that before the conversation, but I guess one could load it back up there at the that top save there is the kind of the mid-level save, and then these are for the levels. So I guess if one wanted to change their mind, you could go back to that mid-level save, rebeat that final city, and change your mind if you wanted to. But just save it here. But I forgot him. He was like, "This sucks." I remember at the time that really cracked me up. But it was one of those things you just didn't really expect. I remember that time period. It was like the very first time I'd ever heard that. I'm pretty sure it was from Bart Simpson, which would have been about honestly about this time really. But I do remember them. Not kidding. You definitely want to go with cold weather stuff here. Even the scouts are not. They're not that great. Their movement is horrible. The combat is not. They're not that. I mean, they're okay. They're marginal. And honestly, they're only marginal because of the kind of the cheap way that I fight. But anyways, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and well, you know what? I'm not gonna save it here because I'll be able to load it up at the level end. I'll go ahead and let you kind of show you guys what it looks like. Let's see. This is obviously their area. We got some blizzards. There's some burn dogs, some snow bears. So there's a new mech. They did not have access to that. I'm pretty sure in the last level. This board is also not very large. Wow, it's actually even smaller than the first one. This is a tiny level. So there's kind of familiarize yourself with it. Now this one I think has multiple rounds. So I think this one, like Huma, has. I'm wanting to say it's 2, maybe even 3 boards, but it may just have one. I remember that there are some areas, some worlds you go to where you have multiple boards within that same world, and I think this is one of them, but I'm not positive. So you start off with a scout, and just so you can kind of see, that's their range of motion. So 2 spaces. A blender is 1 space. Now Sledder, that actually is a cold weather mech, and it can move. So it does start you off with that. Let's see, cities, we're starting dead even at 7. We each have 1 factory. They started with a couple more units than we do. Let's take a look. I just want to show you in here. I don't know that we have a lot more to pick from yet. Nope, looks like we've got the exact same setup we had in the last level as far as what we can pick from. So we've not unlocked anything yet. I keep calling it a sledder, but wait. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. We have the Slayer here, which is a type cold, but what it let us start with is a sledder. Now that's not a glitch. Those are completely two different mechs. I had forgotten that it sometimes will start you with things that you can't buy yet, but at some point you will be able to get those. It's too early in the game. So, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. That was that got us through the first world, if you will, there for Vasteel, for the Turbografx CD, and I hope you guys enjoyed that whole that whole battle there as much as I did. So as always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and take care.